Check ultimateguard.com and find premium quality products for your favorite trading card game. Check video description or visit Ultimate Guard for more.
Hey, how's it going, Poke fans? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, I will play a little bit with Aerodactyl deck. So, one of my favorite decks, definitely, in the last couple of years, of course. Aerodactyl featuring Talonflame, and some of the Archie's Pokemons like Swampert, Omastar, and Octillery. Unfortunately, this is a standard format, so some of the cards were missing. Basically battle compressors. So yeah, anyways, it's not gonna be that good as it should be and is supposed to be in the expanded format, but unfortunately in the expanded format there's some item lock decks, so basically it's not gonna be that good anyways. But yeah, let's take a look at the list. So 13 Pokemon. First of all, I'm running 4 Aerodactyls as the main attacker with the Jet Draft, since you need to have one basic Pokemon. I decided to play it with the Tauros-GX, and of course 4 copies of Talonflame. If I can start with the Talonflame, I can have that Aero Blitz, plus I can maybe attack for like a 70 with the Choice Band, even 90 with 1 energy with Choice Band and Kukui, which is just insane, and I can also search my deck for 2 cards. I kind of like it. And then I'm running 1 Swampert, 1 Omastar, and 1 Octillery. This is the Omastar, not the Omastar Break. So first of all, I wanted to say a few words about Swampert from the Primal Clash. Diving Surge. I mean, if I can hit Archie, I can easily use a Diving Surge, and once per turn I can put any card from my deck to my top deck, and I can basically drive it with my Abyssal hand or with the beginning of my turn. On the other side, with the Omastar, with the Restoring Beam, I can pretty much search my deck for the Aerodactyl and put it onto my bench. But even more important is that Omastar Break, which has the Dangerous Tentacle ability, so you can simply use the Omastar Break as the Lysander for free. And of course, last Pokemon is Octillery with Abyssal Hand, so I can draw cards till I have 5. And all of these Pokemons can easily be pulled with the Archie, and you can also draw cards till you have 5 in your hand when you play Archie. But of course, you first need to have one of these Swampert, Omastar, or Octillery in your discard pile. From the item cards, I'm running 1 copy of Field Blower, a very good card. Also running 2 copies of Fossil Excavator Kit, which will allows me to put back into my hand 2 Old Ember Aerodactyls from my discard pile, which I'm running 4 of them in total. With the Old Ember, you can look at the bottom 7 cards of your deck, and if you get lucky, you can simply grab Aerodactyl and basically put it onto your bench. 4 copies of Piece of Puzzle, probably one of the best cards for this build. At the same time, if you play 2 Piece of Puzzles, you can simply grab any 2 item cards or any 2 cards from your discard pile back into your hand. In addition to that, I'm running 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher, which will allows me to either way put Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand. For example, we can grab Tauros after we suffered a knockout with him, or we can simply reshuffle back 3 Aerodactyls into our deck, so we can just reuse them again. 2 copies of Special Charge. Also, in my opinion, very important card, same as Trainer's Mails for the best consistency, 3 copies of Trainer's Mails and 4 Ultra Balls. But, as you can see, I'm running only 3 copies of VS Seeker. Might seem like a crazy idea, but since we have Puzzle of Times, we really want to have some other tech cards instead of just the VS Seeker, because VS Seeker is a very important piece of puzzle, simple as that. But with Piece of Puzzles, with 2 of them at the same time, we can also grab support a card from our discard pile into our hands, so that's the reason why I decided to go with 3 VS Seekers. 1 copy of Silent Lab, which I really like. I mean, what type of the stadium we can use? I feel how the Silent Lab is the best to counter our opponent abilities, especially setup if we can hit it on the turn 1. 2 copies of Archie's, Ace in the Hole in case if the one is prized. 1 copy of the Hex Maniac, we can shut down all abilities until the end of the turn. 1 copy of the Lysander, so I can switch one of my opponent benched Pokemon to his or her active Pokemon. Of course, 3 copies of N. Then I'm running Professor's Kukui, 4 copies of Professor Sycamores, 1 copy of Teammates. Then in addition to that, running 1 Choice Band, 1 Fighting Fury Belt, of course, some Floatstone, and 6 energies. 4 of them are going to be double course energies, and 2 of them are going to be just regular water energies. Yeah, this build is not built with the Tapu Lele, because Tapu Lele at this moment is so damn expensive. It's like 40 bucks, but I'm also going to cover expensive version of the Aerodactyl with the Tapu Lele, because with the Tapu Lele you're going to be much easier to grab that Archie with the Ultra Ball and simply put your Tapu Lele on the bench so you can have that Swampert or Omastar on your bench turn 1 possibly. I mean, it can definitely be performed turn 1, especially with Ultra Balls and some other cards. So if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on ccgcastle.com as usual. You can also check my video description where you can find the link where you can trade simply your bulk, if you have it, for one of the latest booster boxes. The booster boxes will be shipped to you worldwide for free, so yeah, that's pretty damn good deal. Just make sure to check video description and you'll be directed to CCG Castle store where you can find all informations you really need to know. So let's do one game test, a long battle against, I think it was Greninja Break, so you can actually see this deck in action. I hope you guys will enjoy watching it. Boys and girls, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you already didn't. Hit a thumbs up to help me a little bit. And yeah, that's it. So we'll see you in the next video. So enjoy in the rest of the video. Alright, so let's take the look at the opening hand. I'm gonna start first here. Will there be Talonflame? Looks like there will not be Talonflame, so I'm starting with my Tauros. Okay, it's just perfectly fine. So I have double Course Energy available. There's also one Old Ember Aerodactyl. And Archie as a top deck. Alright, Old Ember for one Aerodactyl, which is more than okay. One Ultra Ball for something like, in this case, it can definitely be Omastar, because I think I will have more importance with the Omastar. There's an Ultra Ball, but I will just grab that. Yeah, I can't actually even grab that. Never mind. Sycamore for 7. I miscalculated something here. Ultra Ball once again for Swampert. And right now I can Ultra Ball one more time, but I can maybe even do that next turn. But tell you one thing, let's just Ultra Ball right now for pretty much nothing. And then I can take the risk with a piece of puzzle. Ooh, really? Archie as a top deck? That's a pretty badass top deck. So I'm just gonna pass, and I have next turn Archie. Archie for Swampert or Archie for Omastar. But I think how Swampert might be better simply because it allows me to put any card on top of my deck. This could be very impressive game. So far there's one Ultra Ball for something like a Shaymin EX. And there you go with a Floatstone on the Tauros, so set up for 5. My opponent can drop 5 extra cards here. Okay, there's also Dartrix. And another Ultra Ball, which will be for oh, Tauros-GX and Level Ball discarded, in addition to other Shaymin. Okay, so there's a double Course Energy. This might be Rage. Oh, V-Seeker for the Lysander. So yeah, my Aerodactyl will take like 6 damage counters. But that's just fine. That's just fine. Simply because I can Jet Draft for like 120 and be in a huge advantage. But those Shaymins look so impressive. So I'm thinking just about grabbing my Omastar. Let's first go with the old Amber. Yep, there you go. One more Aerodactyl. Restoring Beam for other Aerodactyl. Trainer's Mail. Piece of Puzzle. Piece of Puzzle is definitely not worth in this moment, so I will just grab N. Energy can't be attached, but Jet Draft can definitely be used. So 120 for my opponent Tauros, and unfortunately he's gonna lose that double course energy, which can actually put him in a good position, especially if he can maybe Lysander double course energy my Tauros-GX on the bench for 2 prize cards. Let's just wait for a moment and let's see what's gonna happen next. So he decided to feather arrow my Aerodactyl in the active spot. Retreat to the Shaman. If there's a double course energy, of course he can Sky Return, knocking out my Aerodactyl and also removing one of his Shamans from the bench, because they're actually a huge threat for the 2 prize knockout, and he even helped right there with that N. Alright, so there's a piece of puzzle, Kukui, Old Amber, Special Charge, Floatstone, plenty of good cards. But I need my Omastar break so badly, and I'm gonna need that Rescue Stretcher. I'm gonna need second piece of puzzle in order to use it. And he managed to protect his Shaman with the Fighting Fury Belt. So probably the CGI will be promoted in the active spot. I might be wrong, but we shall see. The CGI makes most sense here, to be honest, because it's 240 HP. I mean, actually, Shaman makes the more sense completely. Old Amber, just to discard some of the resources from my hand that I simply don't need at this moment. Special Charge can be used. Restoring Beam. Do I have? Yeah, I have one more puzzle of time. So 1 copy of N in hope to get 2 pieces of puzzles and something like... nope, not gonna happen. I didn't even find a energy card. Just another N. Okay, so Fossil Excavator Kit. Why not? But I'm not gonna get another Aerodactyl, that is for sure, because they're both actually the 3 Aerodactyls are on my in play, and 1 is actually in the discard pile. I can start to attack with my Horn Attack. It's 6 damage counters. I mean, I know that he's gonna just Sky Return, but who cares? I need that Lysander play so badly. So there's a Super Road. I need that Lysander play so badly so I can simply maybe somehow, you know, Lysander knock out his Tauros. Ooh, there might be a switch. Ah, interesting. And there's another Shaman for setup of 3 extra cards. Okay, sooner or later those Shamans are gonna be just simply 1-hit knocked out by the Jet Draft. There's not too many questions about that. It's just a matter of time when I will be able to grab my Omastar into my hand. So he decided to put 2 damage counters down to my Omastar with a Feeder Arrow. Very clever. But more than that, he can't retreat his Shaman, which means if I can somehow maybe even find a Choice Band, then I can strike for like a 90. 90 plus 60 is 150, and 110 plus 40 is exactly 150, so that's going to be the knockout against his Shaman for 2 prize cards with my Tauros. Probably after that I can expect... Oh, there we go with the Lysander down to my Omastar. Interesting. But that's going to be pretty much it, I guess. Why? I have Floatstone? Maybe he have Fill Blower. No, he don't have it. Fighting Fury Belt. I'm still short for like knockout, but I can definitely knock him out with my Aerodactyl, or I can maybe add some damage counters with Kukui. But let's just go with the Sycamore for 7. Ooh, and there was only one piece of puzzle. Anyways, Jet Red for like 120, and he wastes another Lysander, which is definitely sweet spot for me. I mean, I'm taking 2 prize cards, there's a special charge, and finally Choice Band. Came a little bit too late, that's for sure, but never mind. All I really need is just that Omastar breaking play, and that's gonna be GG for my opponent. Okay, right now I can expect maybe even Lysander play. Maybe not. At least he can go for the knockout with his Rage. That's exactly enough for the knockout with his Rage. That's like 120. Time for the Aerodactyl. Oh, Field Blower. Interesting. Teammates. Silent Lab sounds like a good idea. There we go. How many double cores energies I have in my discard pile? Only one, so it's not time yet to play special charge, but I can definitely grab my Omastar, and I can maybe even grab Omastar for sure, because I really need it. And a Rescue Stretcher. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. One Rescue Stretcher, shuffle 3 Pokemons back into my deck, so I can go with 2 Aerodactyls. I can put 1 Aerodactyl with my Restoring Beam into the play. Then I can simply put my Omastar Break in action. 1 Choice Band can definitely be attached. More than that, this is gonna be a retreat back to my Tauros, and I will strike with my Horn Attack for 7. That's enough for the knockout. So all I really need is to Lysander my opponent Shamey next turn with, of course, help of the double cores energy, and I can basically knock out his Shamey. But he decided to Sky Return, which is again very smart move right here. So there we go with the Ultra Ball. I think he's gonna Sky Return, because if he don't Sky Return his Shaming, then the game is definitely over for him. But he also have 4 prize cards left. Roll it. Alright. Who would say that Aerodactyl would just completely destroy the CGI deck? And this is probably gonna be V-Seeker for N, maybe even for Lysander, but I would expect to see N here, as expected. Alright, Sky Return is definitely very close. Ooh, V-Seeker and Octillery. Wish it was something like Energy and maybe Tool as a top deck, so I could maybe just maybe V-Seeker for another Archie for the Swampert. That would be so devastating for my opponent. Anyways, hitting me for like a 30 means that I can... Ooh, really? He even decided to add some damage counters with the Feeder Arrow, and Sky Return, that will be 15 total, so I can go for like 160 with the Mad Bull GX. I still didn't use my GX attack. That's interesting. Probably Rolvet will be promoted in the front, but I wouldn't be even surprised to see maybe the CGI right there. However, I still have V-Seeker for that Lysander play available. Plus I can also put 1 more Aerodactyl in play, just in case if I want to do that with my Omastar. Silent Lab definitely will block my opponent setup with Shaman. Oh, another V-Seeker as a top deck. Yeah, that means only one thing. V-Seeker for Lysander. Lysander for something like a Rowlet. And that's pretty much one-hit knockout with my Horn Attack. Even with the Rage. It's pretty much the same thing. 1 card for me, which is a Fossil Excavator Kit. Pretty much useless. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe right now and going down to 1 card. But yeah, I have V-Seeker available, and that's pretty much victory here in this case. There's a double cores energy and a V-Seeker, so it looks like it's gonna be V-Seeker for something like a Lysander, or maybe for N. he decided to go with the N. There's another Dartrix. 20, 40, and 90, that's like 130, plus 50, that's 180. Well, technically he can max out my Tauros if he can pull another the CGI and, for example, Field Blower. Then he can definitely go for the knockout against my Tauros. I hope that's not gonna happen. I mean, he have two the CGIs, but the question is, will he grab maybe that Field Blower? Let's see. Ooh, 2 damage counters to my Aerodactyl with the Choice Band on the bench. And he decided to Hall of Hunt without... Oh, he can't even evolve because of the Silent Lab in play. Yeah, completely forget about it. Okay, Hall of Hunt will allow him to take any 3 cards. Forest, Flowstone, and a double Course Energy. Makes a lot of sense, but the top deck for me is going to be another Fossil Excavator kit. I'm going to use it. I'm going to play it. Just to get rid of the cards from my hand. I don't even need to attach my DC, and I will not even do it. So that's gonna be Rage for 80. I mean, that's it. Rage for like a 80. This turn he can have Force of Giant Plant. He can grab that the CGI, put it into play. He can use a couple feeder arrows, but the very bad thing is that I have double Course Energy mainly available, and the problem for my opponent will definitely be that Shaman if he decides to set him down on the bench, because I can simply use my Omastar Break, a dangerous tentacle ability, which says that once during a turn you can simply switch one of your opponent bench DX Pokemon with one of his or her active Pokemon, and then I can simply add a double Course Energy and strike for 120 with my Aerodactyl. Of course, I decided not to attach the double Course Energy yet, just because I was scared maybe to see the knockout. It looks like this is going to be a retreat down to Tauros and Horn attack, but if he decides to attack with the Horn attack, then I can simply end the game with the Mad Bull GX. Whatever my opponent tries to do, as long as I have Tauros with the Fighting Fury belt, every plan for him will not work. So he definitely needs to put that Shaman, and he needs somehow to grab himself Field Blower in play, so he can one-hit knock on my Tauros, but then Shaman will just be easy target, easy 2-price target. So there we go with the Sycamore for 7. Oh, he didn't have Shaman in his hand. Alright. Which means that he might not have it right now. Oh, there we go. Fighting Fury Belt for the Tauros. Yeah, still he can't afford himself to attack with the Tauros. No question about it. Ultra Ball. Will it be for... Oh, where was that? A Meowth? No, it's not. What card that was? Oh, Minchino. Okay. Another Rowlet. Interesting. He already used that GX attack, which means that even Tauros cannot attack with the Mad Bull. He can just strike with the Rage. But I feel pretty comfortable right now, even if he can put another the CGI in play. And he probably can with the Timer Ball. Yeah, he can do that definitely. I wouldn't be surprised that the last card in his hand were actually Shaman EX for the draw for 6. Oh, that would be so sweet for him. Anyways, right now he can go for the knockout against my Tauros, which is the saddest part of the story right here. But then I can strike for like 150. And I'm still short for like 10, so I will definitely need something like Professor Kukui. Oh, interesting. Interesting. 20, 40, 60, 110, and 90. That's 200. Oh, actually, that's 200. Yeah, exactly. You can strike for like 200. I can still top deck maybe VS Seeker for a Lysander. I can maybe top deck. Yeah, VS Seeker for Lysander would make a lot of sense, because I can just simply Mad Bull for like 160. That's literally all I need. 3 feeder arrows. Oh, that's very dangerous. And the VS Seeker for the week 3. Yep, be secret for the week 3. Well played, well played. I can simply just strike with my Mad Bull GX and completely destroy my opponent, the CGI. Whew. But there was also a possibility for me to grab something like a Swampert, for example. I could even go for a Swampert and grab myself any card and put it onto top of my deck, so I can simply top deck it. Anyways, guys, that was my version of the Aerodactyl, once again rebranded, refreshed, rebuilt in the standard format, and with the latest Guardian Raising cards in this build. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you have any questions, as always, make sure to leave comments below. So stay tuned for more videos. Till the next time, have a nice day, and goodbye.